I'm Mark Grega, principal of Pressley School. Why don't you join me for a tour? This is our main office. When we got Jake, our maintenance department built him a doghouse and a mailbox for the students to write Jake letters and request him to join them in class. This is Miss Rankins. She's our front office secretary. So we have a turtle room, and it's an outdoor area where we have about 7 adult turtles and about 9 baby turtles. And this is the area where our students can go to calm down. It's just an outside area that's really peaceful.
Hi, I'm Mark Vaughn. I'm the coordinator of alternative learning here at Pressley School, and it's my privilege to introduce our dogs to you and how they came about. So we were reorganizing the alternative schools, and the superintendent and the board said just be creative and find a way to impact kids. And so we worked with our partners over at Partners Mental Health and worked through some programs there and grants, and were able to get our first dog, and that was Jake. It worked so well that the state actually put out some other grants and replicated it, and we were able to get Annie. So we're very blessed to have Jake and Annie here every day. They're full-time employees, and they love it, and the kids absolutely love them as well. So do our staff.
Hey, I'm Billy Manners, a crisis interventionist here at Pressley School. So I want to tell a story of how these dogs impact us and our students. So I was called out to the mega unit for a student that was in the tent in crisis. And so there's nothing hanging out of the tent or coming out of the tent but this kid's fingers holding on to the tent. And so Jake walks in the tent, knows the student very well, walks up, licks the student's fingers, and the next thing we know, a ball comes out of the tent. So Jake picks up the ball, takes the ball back to the tent. It comes out of another window in the tent. Make a long story short, we throw the ball into the tent, and the tent just rocks back and forth. And just a short time later, the student and the dog come out of the tent, and he's ready to go back to class. No human interaction at all, just dog and student, and accomplished our goal to get a student out of crisis using the means of a therapy dog. It works.
Hi, I'm Emily Nesbitt. I'm one of the school social workers for Iredell Statesville Schools, and this is Hulk. He is a therapy dog as well. I travel to all the different schools throughout our district with Hulk, and we have specific referrals sometimes that come in that are requesting Hulk come out, and so we'll go and work on different things with kids to make them feel comfortable. For example, we had a student who was struggling to get out of the car in the mornings, and we introduced the dog to him. He loves the dogs, and so he then walked the dog to class every morning, and that helped him to get back into the classroom, and now we have transitioned out of that, and he just gets visits throughout the day from the dog.
Hi, I'm Colleen Gearin. I work with Annie, and I just wanted to talk about how Annie and Jake help out in the other schools throughout the district when they experience some type of trauma or need some extra support. So they'll come for school visits, and we'll take them around, and they can help staff and other students in times of need.
Make me happy, and I play with Annie and Jake. Sometimes when I need a break, and sometimes I can pet them, and one day outside, I make them happy. And they are the best animals in this universe. And Miss Karen is mean. And the lady right there is a chicken nugget. And Miss Karen is cool.
Hey, I'm Jody Little. I'm the assistant principal here at Pressley Alternative School, and one of the great benefits of having the therapy dogs here is they greet kids every morning. When the kids are getting off the bus, they're there to greet the kids. Morning car rider check-ins, the kids are there. The dogs also have a routine to go around to each room in the morning to greet kids, get some treats, and just help the kids start the day off.
See, I can do.
What's your name?
Chase.
Chase. And why do you like Jake?
I don't know.
Is he a good dog?
Yep.
Does he make you happy?
Yep.
You give him snacks?
Yep.
Does he make you calm?
Yep. Very good.
Do you like when Annie comes in the room?
Yep.
Does Hope run in the room?
Yep, he does.
Does he make you laugh?
Yep. It was 6.
Yeah, he makes you smile.
Yep.
Okay.
Kiss on the head.
You know, one of the things that we wanted to make sure that we did was to make a great impact on the kids without costing the taxpayers money, right? And so we were able to utilize grants and donations to get both dogs and to maintain both dogs. They make a great impact and they don't cost us, money through our taxes. So we're very proud of that. If you look, there's a couple things. If you can see on Annie, she was tied and the rope had kind of grown into her face. And when we got Jake, he had tar that was on his body. Someone had thrown hot tar on him. So we were able to take 2 dogs that had really rough starts in life and give them a great outcome. And I think that story is important for our kids to hear sometimes and for our families.
Here at the school, we have a fund set up that's tax deductible, where we take donations to help with the upkeeps of the dogs, of treats, baths, things like that. And anyone can donate, and it is right through the school system. So, thank you.
So I want to talk again about maybe some of our students that are in crisis. We have generally, any type of student that you could think of with different behaviors. Some have anxiety. So what I've experienced with Jake and with Annie is that when they call me to a classroom and we will take this student for a walk with either of the dogs, any of the dogs, we can tell a considerable amount of time difference in the time that we spend with these students in crisis. The dogs really help them to get out of crisis and go back to the classroom setting, as opposed to possibly going home, possibly sitting out of classroom for an hour or so at a time. These dogs have helped us with that. I will also say that it has increased the amount of calls that we may have in a given day on campus, because the students and staff want to see the dogs, touch the dogs, and have the dogs help with their anxieties or whatever the case may be.
So here at Pressley, we typically have anywhere between 150 to 200 students during a typical school year. And one of the other programs we offered prior to COVID was yoga. So we had yoga instructors coming from the community, and they were doing yoga with all the students once a week. Even though we haven't been able to implement it this year due to the coronavirus, we're still doing it in some of our classrooms. I know my class does it twice a week. We do Cosmic Kids, and we put it up on the smartboard, and the students love to do it, and it's just a nice relaxation reset in the middle of the day.
One of the most important things that these dogs do is they open up doors with our students. It allows us to reach the students with little to no barriers. The kids' guards are let down, the walls are removed, and we're able to really talk to them about their problems, and that's all because of the dogs. They help us do that.
So Jake and I were asked to go to North Iredale High School, I think last year, for a traumatic event. And while there, was getting ready to basically leave the school. We had done what we were asked to do. And I noticed a young lady sort of off from people, visibly upset. And so I just walk up to her, Jake does, greets the young lady. And the next thing I know, she is sharing with me about doing self-harm. So Jake and I were able to take her to the counselor's office, get her the help that she needed. And so that really is what these dogs do in a nutshell. The young lady didn't know me from anyone, but she was receptive to the dog, which what Mr. Gregg said opened the door for us to help her.
We really appreciate you guys coming today. Folks have a perception of what we do. But I think until you're really inside the walls, you really don't know, the impact we can make on kids. So we're very blessed to have a district and a superintendent who supports alternative ed and who support our dogs. And if you have any questions, let us know. We're glad to be here, and we're honored to work with your kids.